What's up, Tyler, man? Craig, how's it going? Alrighty. Serial number filler up here. Bum, bum, bum. You guys got fantasy matchups or bets or anything riding tonight? We got 7 o'clock is Tampa Houston. Then we got Chargers Raiders. I like the road teams tonight, but who knows? Martha out 2 to 4 weeks. Yeah, I saw that. It sucks. I like seeing the young guys go. Like Wentz is a has-been for a flash in the pan. Like, it doesn't excite me. McCarthy, I'd like to see the young guys get thrown in the fire and see what they've got. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. I don't know. He was okay for a little bit. It was last year, right, that Burrow's out? Or was it the year before? Barney was, like, okay when he came in then. But, like, I think he kind of faded a little when he played a few games. Can't believe how good Daniel Jones has been so far. They scored on their first 10 offensive possessions to start the season. Like, that's crazy. Not all touchdowns, obviously, but just score. That's wild. We have a filler up for Tier 1 PYT number 2. 10 teams: Guardians, Rockies, Angels, Marlins, Brewers, Mets, Padres, Mariners, Rangers, and Blue Jays. Up there. Let me post that we're live. See if we can get some stuff to fill tonight here. There we go. That one's still at 7, but all the big squads still there. $44.99 on the Optic NBA Blaster Case filler and $44.99 on the Tier 1 Baseball filler with those 10 teams I just mentioned. It's like 18 teams. It's over half the teams. It's like 20-something teams. It's like most of the teams in the filler for the blaster case. So chance at low-numbered autos across a boatload of teams. $44.99, little over the cost of a blaster for a piece at a bunch of teams and 20 blasters. So check that thing out. 2 gone there, 8 to go, and we just put up the tier 1 filler, so we've got 10 of those on the board. No Lau tonight. He's in Vegas with his aunt. So nobody filling in tonight. Just be me chilling with you guys. What is this? Tier 1 baseball filler up. Well. Crazy Sunday of football. I mean, there were some great games. Patriots-Miami game went down to the wire. The Giants-Cowboys game was crazy. Bengals had the big comeback. What else do we have for close? We had a couple blowouts. Three or so like big blowouts. The Ravens, right, had a big blowout. Buffalo dominated and Detroit dominated. Cincy Jacksonville came down to the wire. Giants Dallas down to the wire in overtime. San Fran New Orleans was kept close all game. Seattle Pittsburgh was close until that stupid kickoff. Like, what was he doing? Rams Tennessee was close for a while, very close for a while. And Arizona was up big early, but then Carolina stormed back a bit. Eagles Chiefs was a great game. Indy Denver really pissed me off because it that leverage cost me $200 across 2 bets. So that was annoying. What's up, Cab King? I had Denver minus 1.5. They were up 2 with that 60-yard field goal. Last play of the game, missed it. I had a -1 in a parlay, a minus 1.5 solo. They were up 2. Guy shanked the 60-yarder easily, like not even close. Leverage. Got to kick a 40-something yarder and nailed it on an extra play at the end of the game. Sunk. They're the last team in my parlay and sunk their single bet for me, so that hurt a lot. It was a big swing. Penix got the win in the Penix-McCarthy matchup last night. Both those teams are available in one. And both those guys are the ones that actually sign for Panini. So got autographs for those guys amongst autographs for other players in there. And potential case hits. Yeah, it's a brutal beat. To screw me a 3-team parlay and a single bet is on that one. Frustrating. What are you going to do? Nothing I can do to change it, you know? Josh Allen, like, busted his nose up. McCarthy's out for 2 to 4. Probably 3 if I had to guess. I'm just guessing here because they're in England back-to-back weeks after next week. So they have a game next week. Then they're in England, I think, back-to-back weeks. So, like, why would you make him do all that travel with an ankle issue? So my guess is he'll miss those 3 weeks. I mean, unless he's not ready, of course. But I don't think he'll be out only 2 games because why make him catch up in London? Unless he's going there for the experience. But when you have your quarterback with an ankle injury, you don't do that. I don't think. You just let him sit at home at the facility and rehab. Jaden Daniels might miss this week, but he's day-to-day, and Burrow is toast for like 3 months. It's crazy. So some big quarterback injuries this week. And I think that was it for quarterback injuries. Other injuries, I think Well, Eckler was on Thursday, right? He's out for the year. And then cornerback was Jalen Johnson for the Bears. He's probably out for the year, I think. Aaron Jones is out this week, though he was not playing as much as I would have guessed. They really were using Jordan Mason quite a bit, even week 1. Brian Thomas, I don't know what happened with him. Did he have an issue with the coaches or some sort of wrist? I don't even know what's going on there. Bray's coming out of retirement to play flag football. I don't think he's a good fit in flag football. I'm not gonna lie. You need a quarterback that's athletic and can run in flag football. I don't think statue pocket passers are good for flag football. What's up, Reggie Goots? How we doing, man? Alex Highsmith looks like he got hurt. He's probably going to be out. Looks like he is out against the Pats this week, sounds like. So that's that helps with the Pats. All right, let's see. All right, we got one spot gone in the filler for Tier 1. Nice. Somebody got us started here. Let me go shout out who that was. Let me see. Right, a guy like Lamar. A guy that obviously has NFL caliber, like, throwing, but also can run around like crazy. Or like, Mike Vick back in the day. Yeah, those types of guys. Or even like Mahomes. Mahomes is very athletic. He uses it more when he needs to now than I think when he first started. Greg took the first filler. Thanks, Greg. And Tier 1 baseball. All right, crew. Can we get this thing going here? This Tier 1 filler, I would think would be a pretty popular target here. Let me throw this in chat. 9 left in Tier 1 MLB quarterbacks. 10 teams. Dun, 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 dun. 8 left in Donruss Optic NBA Blaster Case filler. 7 left in the Optic. Nice. Somebody just took one of those, and somebody took one in the Tier 1. Thank you, fellas. Crew, I should say. Not always fellas, of course. Speaking of not always fellas, where's Courtney at? Courtney Metz got a nice walk-off. That was yesterday, right? Alonzo? Was that yesterday, his walk-off? Seven left in 10 box PYT of 1 football. Can't wait to rip that 1 football. There's all the big teams left though. We got to get a couple of those off the board, then like higher end filler. That's gonna be such a fun rip though. To use a CA based company to process credit cards. I don't know who our processor is. That's a better question for Soren, to be honest with you. A helmet and a filler each. Stefan that got us a filler each. Nice. There's Courtney. There we go with the Tier 1 filler. Thanks, Court. On to 7 on that filler as well. 7s, look at that slot machine. 777s. 1, and then the 2 fillers. I don't know who our we had. I think the filler. Yeah, I think it's just not updated on the front end. I think we both hit 7. Our processor. I don't know. We had to change once. Like a year into having the website, because one of the processors. I don't even know what happened. So I'm not sure who it is, Stefan. Why do you ask? Yeah, 7's on both those. Yeah, I don't think fishing around is going to really allow me to figure it out quickly. Power nap, nice. You like the over in Bucks Texans? Texans have a pretty good defense. I think Wirfs is out. I like the road teams. I kind of like Tampa to win. The offensive line just does not look good for Houston. Too much golf this weekend. My legs are toast. I just got back to a couple bike rides. I hadn't done a bike ride in a couple of weeks at least. I just did one today and one, was it yesterday? No, not yesterday, Saturday. So I'm feeling that a little bit, but I needed it because since we went on vacation, I've been eating like crap. I was doing pretty good for a little bit, but all right, let's take a look at the Cactus Jack has 17 left. That's random letter WWE Topps Chrome. We've got the blaster case has 7 left in the filler for a full blaster case PYT. Most like 2/3 of the teams or so are in the filler. Lots of teams in the filler, so check that out. $45, a little over the cost of a blaster. I don't know what the blasters are marked on the shelf, but something a little under that probably for a blaster. So a little over a blaster gets you on a whole bunch of teams. Maybe hit a 101, autos, numbered cards, shares of a lot of teams. So take a shot there. We've got the Tier 1 filler. Cleveland, Colorado, Angels, Marlins, Brewers, Mets, Padres, Mariners, Rangers, and Blue Jays. 4 boxes of Tier 1. We have another 4-box PYT up. There's 23 left there for teams available in that one. That was not in filler. We just put that one up last night. That's the end of our case. Looking for bat knobs, looking for all sorts of stuff. Elite has 15. Whoops. Elite has 15 left in a 2-box random teamer. Looking for pen pals amongst numbered stuff and other autos, of course. Turn of the centuries. 1 football, 7 left. 5 big squads. All the rookie quarterbacks. Well, I guess besides May's spot. Washington's there. Atlanta, Minnesota, Penix and McCarthy do sign. Chicago's got Odunze does sign. Caleb does not. Nix does not. And Jaden Daniels do not. But there are SSP case hits such as Color Blast, Night Moves, and a couple others that you can hit of those guys. So those would obviously be big-time hits. So you can get a bonus card sometimes in the 1 football. Let's see, what did I miss here? Inception NBA, it's a full case. It's pretty cheap, 21. That's what you were saying the other day, Court. Yeah, Penix autos ever. He's looked solid. He didn't have to do much yesterday, and they just were able to gash on the ground. Inception basketball. Inception basketball right here. Boom. That is a full case of Inception basketball. Sealed deal. Loose box is right here. Yeah, Bijan went off yesterday. Like a $145 or something rushing. The Giants have been playing crazy. I just switched to baseball for half a second just because I saw a notification that Eldridge got called up, their top prospect. Trying to make a playoff push here and bringing Eldridge up for the fight. All right, let's hit these fillers up. That was a helmet spot. That's right, Stefan. Thank you. Easy, no brainer. $17. Little lottery ticket at winning an authentic helmet. Much love there. Let's see what we got. My fantasy matchups. One of them's decided. The other one is not decided, but I don't anticipate winning. I need like 40 points out of Stroud, Collins, and Houston D. So they'd have to like really. I really need kind of like 4 touchdowns with our settings across those 3 spots probably to have a chance, and then still need yards and catches for, catches obviously for Collins. Your opponent had Neighbors, Adunze, and Achane. I had a good week in one league. I won that matchup. My team's been good to start. I scored the most last week in the league, and I'm slated for probably second most this week, and gonna have W's there. And that's the league that I have 2 suspended players, so I'm kind of, hoping that I can. I was just hoping to be around 500 through the first 6 weeks, and it looks like I'm gonna be 2-0 to start us off. I'm definitely 2-0 to start off. So, because I have Addison coming back in after 3 weeks, and then I have Rashee Rice coming back after 6 weeks. So, yeah, it would be nice. Be nice if I can hold my own. Obviously, if I can do more than hold my own, even better. But that was my goal in the draft, was hold my own and work it out. I have Lamar, who's been great. Who else do I have in that league? Garrett Wilson was great week 1. He was not anything special this past week. Puka's been good. And then I also have, who's my other receiver that scored both weeks? Debo has been solid so far. Running backs, I have Janty, who first week scored a touchdown, didn't do anything other than that. He's playing tonight. And then my other running backs, Javonta, who has been a surprise. And then also Jalen Warren, who's been getting a bulk of the opportunities over there. And then I still have like Ramondre on the bench. I have Judkins on the bench, who actually outplayed everybody in the backfield his first game. So that was interesting to see. So pretty deep team. I'm not super deep at receiver right now. I think I have 1 receiver on the bench. I think it's Cedric Tillman, who's actually been solid. But I have the 2 receivers that are suspended, so my depth will come soon. So we'll see how it goes. But it's fun either way. Even the other league, I'm probably going to be 0-2, but still, it's a blast. Literally makes football season that much more fun. Yeah, I have Ramondre on the bench in that league, and yeah, they're using him a ton. And he was good this past week, so that was interesting to see that they've been using him a bunch, but he looked good this week. The week before, he did not look good. Henderson had a tough game. He might have had a penalty on special teams, and he had 2 holdings on offense. So that's not good out of a running back for sure. And he's supposed to be a great pass protector. So I mean, one little game. I'm not freaking out about it. Team off the board in Tier 1, PYT 3. Much love there. Let's give a little shout out. Who grabbed that? And what team was it? Jamie Wilson says, I'll take the Royals. Thank you, Jamie. Trying to get these to connect to this iPad, but it's my AirPods and Bailey's iPad. It's not working very well. Alright, how about this Tier 1 filler? What are we thinking? Listen alongside you guys. I'll try and get some fills here. So you got that slot machine. I hope the Chargers win tonight. I actually don't mind the Raiders, the New Age Raiders. Pete Carroll I like, and I like Geno Smith. But I love Herbie. Love me some Keenan Allen too, back in San Diego, or LA I should say. So I hope the Chargers win tonight. Kansas City 0-2. Tough start, but it was always possible that that was a start. I know the Chargers have a tough time getting it done against them, but Eagles were always going to be a tough game. Who's off to a good start in fantasy? Who's carrying your teams? Or who's struggling and why are you struggling? Who you got that's been weighing you down? Hampton, yeah, Hampton looked, his usage was great week 1, so it made me jealous of not picking him in any of my drafts. Because to me, early season, it's all about usage. If I'm getting usage, then, you know, the rest is hopefully going to come. Now, granted, if your guy gets tons of usage and eventually the production's not there, then it's not going to work. But usage is number one initially. Production comes, then he loses his job. But especially in those iffy situations, right? Look at the Hampton one. What's his name? Najee was out all summer with the fireworks incident. So that was big to see a Hampton for the people that drafted him. RJ Harvey has not been cutting in enough in Denver. I drafted Harvey somewhere, so you don't like that usage. The Pittsburgh Caleb Johnson usage. He's the one that had the issue with the ball that touched him on the kick return, right? I didn't realize that was him at first. Who else was up in the air on usage? I'm thinking mostly running backs. Let me run down the team list. Irving was on the field like all the time week 1, which is great for them. Raiders, you expected Janty to be there. The Pats' usage has been Travion, was drafted well above Ramondre, so that's been a big one. Cleveland was kind of a debacle with Judkins out, but Judkins got most usage on his first week back. Giants, didn't Scatterboo take over usage this week? Did Tracy get hurt, or did they just start rolling Scatterboo? Jags, Etienne's gotten more usage than expected. Detroit's been kind of what you expect. Gibbs a little more now this year, but Montgomery's still involved. San Francisco's pretty status quo. James Cook's been good usage. Less usage. Breece Hall's been dominant for the Jets, right? When a lot of people were high on Braylon Allen. Let's see. Seattle usage is a mess right now. Walker versus Charbonnet. Yeah, short touchdown though, right? But didn't he have more carries, like more volume? See, Carolina, Chuba Hubbard's been the main guy. It just flipped a little in Arizona this week with Connor and Benson starting to get into mixed up a little bit. Indy Standard, Philly Standard, Kansas City. It's been all... Actually, Hunt's been involved more than I would have thought with Pacheco there. But it's Pacheco's primarily. Atlanta, all Bijan, Minnesota. Minnesota getting... what's-his-face involved quite a bit. Dude from San Fran. And now Aaron Jones is out this week, so... Green Bay, Washington, pretty standard. Washington actually wasn't standard, but Eckler's now out. So the other kid, Krosky Merritt, was looking good, and a lot of people were high on him in the draft. I didn't pull the trigger there. But especially with the Eckler injury now, looks even better. They kept that touchdown, huh? It's bad for Bailey. Alright, crew, what are we thinking here? We want to know this filler or tier 1 or what? Where's everybody at? Our viewership's been really low last 2 weeks. I don't know why. I don't know if this back to school, back to work for some folks. Last of the nice weather. Where's everybody been? Oh, there's a tier 1 spot gone. Nice. Boom. Down to 6 in the tier 1 filler. Much love. Who grabbed that one? Greg took another. Thanks, Greg. Much love. Oops. Dun, 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 dun. Brown, brown. Alright, let's see what we got here. Dun, 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 dun. Well, I like the road teams. Instant 7-0 lead for the home team in this first game. We got Miami Buffalo on Thursday this week. Buffalo 12.5 point favorite. Miami has not looked good. Their defense is atrocious. Pats did whatever they wanted, which is not a good thing if you're the opposing defense. Their offense looked better, though. Tua looked better, but then they had a bunch of penalties, bunch of mistakes. All right, 6 to go with those 10 teams in the tier 1. Right there, 4 boxes. You boy Booker gonna have a big game tonight, Tyler, or what? What do you think? Tier 1, can we hit a bat knob? There's 2 really cool ones in my opinion. The Charizard's the big one for San Fran. But then there's Trout has that cool one. I think it says Fly Eagles Fly underneath the final score of the Super Bowl from last year because he's a diehard Eagles guy. I think he's originally from Jersey, maybe. So he put the final score and then inscribed it either like Go Birds Go or Fly Eagles Fly or something like that. Which is super cool. Bum 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 bum. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Tier 1. Millville, New Jersey for Trout? Yeah, I thought it was somewhere in Jersey. That's cool. I'm going to pull up the checklist. Tier 1 baseball checklist 2024. Judge hit a homer off of Crochet yesterday, right? He got like 48, 49 now. There's some really nice stuff in Tier 1. Some really nice stuff in Tier 1. I'm looking at the wrong one, actually. But either way. It's a 25 like a fool. There we go. They put some fun stuff in Tier 1 every year. Got that Bat Barrel Trout 101 there. There's the Charizard Longoria. So sick. It's so good. Houdini cut. Ulysses Grant. Edison. Patton. Charles Dickens. There's some awesome stuff in here. It's a fun set. Yeah, Nico, quick TD, huh? Bailey's against him. She has like... So that's a really bad start for her. She has, I think, McLaughlin and Keenan against Nico, dead even, and Nico instant touchdown, so not good for her there. Both her matchups come down to tonight in both our leagues that I run. The other one, she's got like a good lead, but she's got a quarterback and a receiver against like quarterback, receiver, defense, and something else. It's like 2v4, I think. I need big out of Nico, Stroud, and Houston defense, so... Houston defense about to go up points, so that's, I don't know what they'll do. I think Tampa's offense is pretty good. All right, we got an order up. Greg says, I'll take the Angels in PYT number 3. Thanks, Greg. PYT number 3 of Tier 1. That's the last set of 4 boxes from the same original case. Our first 4 was not very good. Like, really, just nothing to write home about. A couple nice names, but just like, expecting much bigger things in 4 boxes. So first 4, hopefully we got the bad 4 out of the way at the start there. Six to go in the Tier 1 PYT number 2. So hopefully we can hit something wild and hopefully multiple good hits across the last 8 boxes here in this case. Who's going to help me out tonight? We didn't break anything on Friday. It's like the first Friday ever, no breaks for us here at Rhody. I don't want to back that up with no breaks on Monday either, optimally. Hopefully we get at least something off the board here. This is usually stuff we look at signing off, which I'm not doing right now, but I'm just looking at what comes out this week. Don Russ football. That actually got moved up. I think it was supposed to be next week, and they moved it up a week randomly. One-on-one basketball. And then there's also flagship EPL Topps Paper Soccer this week, which is first time they've made that. All those are on Wednesday, actually. I don't think we'll have one-on-one basketball. We should have Don Russ football. And we should have... we definitely have a case of that soccer to mess around with. Bowman Chrome Baseball is next week. Is that a Tuesday release? Don't tell me. Tuesday release. Unbelievable. And Immaculate Basketball are both next week. Certified Football next week. That's kind of the next 2 weeks. There's some other random stuff in there, like Trinity Baseball, Stature Hockey, etc. Hey, down to 4, baby. Tier 1 filler. Thank you. Let's give a little shout out. What do we got? What do we got? Cab King, 2 more. Cab King. Greg trying to really get this thing going with Courtney in the mix as well. Much love, Cab King. Alright, let me get me started here on a name list. Greg Allen, Stefan, Courtney, Greg, Stefan, and Stefan. Upper Deck CFL football? Wait, what? Upper Deck Artifacts King. What do you see that? Pieces of the Past Villains Edition. That's interesting. What is this? What the heck's in this stuff? Like off the beaten path stuff. Al Capone. Dillinger. Why can't I zoom in on this one? Crazy. Is that Genghis Khan, Billy the Kid? Huh. This stuff's crazy. Huh. That Ohio State stuff's coming out soon, the 26th, 11 days. So next week. Alright, we got 4 left in the Tier 1 filler. 4 to go. Tier 1 filler. 7 to go in the Donruss Optic NBA Blaster Case filler. 7 to go in the 1. We got 21 left in the Tier 1 4-box PYT number 3. So PYT number 2 is in the filler. PYT number 3 is available for team purchases. Pretty quick scores. You did like the over, huh? So over's looking good there. You pre-ordered a box, nice. Yeah, I don't think the shop's getting it, but I don't really know. Four to go in this filler. 10 teams. Boom. Oh, dang it! Inception. Stare it there. Shout out Louth. Let's check in with Louth. How he's doing out there. Greg said, "Let me know if you get stuck." Tier 1 at 4 right now. Let's check in with Louth. How he's doing out there. Chat wants I'm gonna say chat wants a gambling update. Let's see what he says. I'm going to post the filler here that's at 4 on Facebook, see if anybody wants in. What do you guys like for games this week coming up? Anybody have anything already looking ahead? Tyler's probably been looking ahead. I have not yet. Green Bay's 8 on the road at Cleveland. They've looked really good. This is a road game, though. Eagles, Rams, 3.5. Eagles offense, I mean, Kansas City's got a good defense, though. Didn't look super great. That tush-push stuff, false starts not being called, lining up over the ball, like that play's just got to go, in my opinion. Wow, Cincy, Minnesota, 2 teams that lose their quarterbacks are playing each other this week right away, huh? College for moneyline bets. I went like 3-1 in college last week, which is for me, or like 3-2 maybe, which for me, not really following college that much. It's pretty good. I hit ASU in the late game. I lost Clemson. I lost Ohio State. I hit LSU. Thank you, Tyler, on that one. You gave me that one. And I hit one more. What the heck was it? I hit 3, missed 2 in college. John Michael says, Tier 1, let's go, baby. Nice, thanks, John Michael. Boom. Folks, we got 2 left. 2 left in that one. I've got the list ready. One-on-one's 125 to start the night. Ravens, Lions next week's Monday. Yeah, that's a really good one. I'll be at the Pats game on Sunday, so I won't be watching a ton. We've got Steelers coming to town. Oh, Ohio State's got a bye this week. I kind of like the Ravens already in that Lions game. I know the Lions went on a rampage, scored 50 this week, but Ravens look good. What do you think? That's a great game, though. Oh, man. A good game. Prime time. Pat suck, John Michael. What's up, buddy? Man, yeah, they do, but not as much as your fins up, huh? Man, what's your take on them? You got to get rid of McDaniel? I think so at this point. The shine has worn off, I feel. And what do you think? You think Tua's still all right, or you think Tua's going to go? Both teams need some help. But I feel like the Dolphins are on the downswing, and the Patriots, if anything, may be up a little. Lasse's up $200. Would have been up 500, but McCarthy sucks. Or sucked last night. Tank for Arch. Arch looked terrible last week. Is Arch good? Is Arch actually good? Well, Stroud stalling and not getting touchdowns won't let me come back in my big deficit fantasy matchup. Alright, let's get these last 2 on Tier 1 so we can at least see that. I'd like to see more than that, but I got to start somewhere. And I feel like, I don't know about Arch. I'm not sure. I'm not a big like college talent evaluator or anything, but yeah, they were booing him. But I mean, I don't buy fully into one game, but it definitely opens my eyes. Like, I'm not completely of the mindset that he's complete trash, but it didn't doesn't look good, obviously. So, is that 1702? Yeah, 1702. Yeah, you know, when you're playing at a school like that, we're down to 1, baby. Let's go. Playing at a school like that, you're not supposed to struggle against a school like that. But who knows? He had some big games last year when he came in relief for Ewers or in place of him when he was hurt. I'm a little more into it now. I'm still NFL all the way guy, but I'm more into college football now than I was 5 years ago. Way more into it. Even 5 years ago, I was more into it than like 10 years ago. I wanted nothing to do with it a while ago. But I do find myself watching quite a bit more these days. Yeah, none of the like projected. Yeah, I was looking at it when we were here Monday. Who took that one, by the way? Let me see. Took that last spot, baby, or the next last one. Stephanie, thank you, Stephanie. Much love. All right, let me double check my tier 1 filler spots here. I got Greg. Then I got Cab King for 1. Then I got Courtney. Then I got Greg for another. Cab King for 2 more. John Michael for 2. And Stephanie for 1. Yep, we're up to date minus the last one. Yeah, it was 6 quarterbacks in the first round. 2026 NFL mock draft. We were looking at it maybe Louth and I the other day. Yeah, here it is. This like Fox Sports one. It was the Saints with Nussmeier. Browns with Arch Manning. And who are the other ones? Sorry if you heard this the other day. But I've already forgotten, so I'm going to look again. Klubnik to the Cowboys at 12. Drew Allar. So that's 4, right? Mendoza. Indiana, that's 5, and there's gonna be one more coming here somewhere. Wait, what? I missed one somewhere. So it's Nussmeier, Manning. Oh, I've missed Sellers. That's South Carolina. It was projected number 3 off the board for quarterbacks. 5th pick. Sellers, Klubnik, Allar, and Mendoza. I agree with you, John Michael. Since you should trade for Cousins. I don't know about the money, though, because he's owed some money, right? So you got to be able to manipulate the cap. It's manipulatable. But I don't know what their cap situation is to bring on that money during season, you know? It's one thing in the offseason to bring on a big contract. So it says we're just wondering, crushed by Vandy. Who just got fired? Deshaun Foster got fired from, was that UCLA? Bailey Napier has still got his job, right? Jameis is cheap, or even take a flyer on Shedeur. I'm not all in on Shedeur. They're a team that's built to win right now. I'm not bringing in a rookie that's never played. Jameis, I'm all about... I mean, I'm a big Cousins guy, which most people laugh at me for, but I love me some Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a guy you can plug into a team like that, in my opinion. I wouldn't mind Browning instead of Jameis. I'm not a... Like, Jameis will sling the ball around, but he's a turnover machine, too. But Cousins, I was thinking about that this morning once the surgery was sort of confirmed. UCLA and Virginia Tech players are not eligible to enter the transfer portal right away. A rule where if the coach gets fired this early in the season. Oh, interesting. But who wants to take like a big name on at this stage of the season? You know what I mean? Like who wants to bring those guys in right now and integrate them? It's not a Skeens day, is it? No, it's not. Toronto and Tampa are scoreless. Yankees haven't started yet. They've got a layup series against Minnesota. They need to sweep that. Yeah, Sox are off today, so that's the game in hand the Yankees have. Toronto's up, I think, 4 in the loss column on the Yankees. Yeah, 4 in the loss column. What do we have left? It's like 13 games? 12 games for the Sox, 13 for the Yanks, 13 for the Jays. So, we are about to playoff baseball. Playoff everything's fun. Playoff basketball, first round, tends to not be that fun. Playoff baseball right out the gate is fun. Playoff hockey right out the gate is fun. And football, obviously, one and done, so that's a blast. So the only thing I don't love is round 1 of basketball. And there's usually a couple good matchups. But there's a lot of dud matchups in that first round. It's too top-heavy a league for that many teams to make the playoffs. The NHL has got a lot of parity, like any team can get hot, so those first series, I'm not saying the good teams don't win more often than lose their first series, but still more parity in that league. But great time of the year. You got playoff baseball, you got football in full swing, you're going to have hockey in full swing in a few weeks, and then in a month you got basketball in full swing. I mean, doesn't get any better than that. We're out of baseball only season, and we get into the cream of the crop for sports season. Did you close it, John Michael? Misery loves company, man. With your fins and my pats. So I'm with you. I'm with you right now. Drake May, that was his best game though. But hard to read into just one because the first game he wasn't super great. Wasn't the worst thing I've seen, but any locals ever bowl at Max Bowlaway in West Warwick before? Sox should try and drop to the third. You don't try and drop when you could potentially drop right out. And they are like 9-4 against the Yankees this year. I'm not saying I necessarily want to play the Yankees like on paper, but I think it's something like 9-4 this year against the Yankees. So hard to argue with those numbers. Still one left in Tier 1. I don't know if John Michael was hoping for a fill or if he was going to grab that spot. Who would they have to play? Used to go there. I bowled there in leagues from when I was 5 till I was 21. Like as long as you can bowl youth. The earliest you can start and as late as you can go. They're no longer there. Like a year or two ago, they sold the building. And unfortunately, it's not a bowling alley anymore. But the former owner, well, the owner, I think for the entire existence of it, at least my entire life, for 35 years, just passed away, unfortunately. He's a great dude. Roger LaCroix. Big Pats fan, too. Season ticket holder for a long time. Him and his son, Danny. Birthday parties? Yeah, I used to have my birthday party there all the time. It was awesome. Absolutely loved it. That's what I'm talking about. I still got that one. Hope Janty can kind of find some room tonight. I want the Chargers to win, but I want Janty to look good just for fantasy moving forward. Early picks for MVP in football. Chat, go. What do you got? Let's see. Who's been really good so far? Jordan Love. Jordan Love's been good so far. Herbert and these guys from this game. Raiders, Chargers in this game hasn't played their second game yet. You really got to look at quarterbacks because it's rare anybody else wins MVP. And no running backs off to... I mean, Bijan had a nice game all around yesterday. Who am I thinking of? Puka's off to a solid start. What quarterbacks? Is it Daniel Jones? But, like, who do you actually think is going to be there at the end? Is more what I'm asking, not just like who has the best stats right now. Josh Allen. Is that the best start so far? Is it Allen, Daniel Jones, and Jordan Love? Oh, Lamar. Jeez, I'm forgetting Lamar. Lamar's been a stud as well. So the usual suspects, but Jordan Love looks good, and so far through 2 games, can't discount what Danny Dimes has done, as they call him. I still got one. Who wants that last one? I've got the names ready minus the one. I've got the random ready. I've got serial filler. Let me position that. Get it ready. I'll get some top loads. 1 1/4. Can we hit the 101? Maybe a bat knob 101? Not the bat knob bounty. That's NT only, but... These ones are like all over the place top load wise. We are sold out. Hey, Chris, just making sure you got that Kool-Aid. Yes, Drew, we got that. Actually, Jake just asked me who it was from, and I just let him know. So I don't think he's here right now, but he wanted to thank you. I'll let him at some point, but I'll kind of pass that message along. He was super pumped, dude. Appreciate that. I'm going to text him right now. I don't know if he's around. He literally sent me a picture of it and said, who left this at the shop for me? Matthew Pita says, I will help you out, my man, and get this thing closed up. So we got Stephanie and Courtney, Greg, Cab King, John Michael, and Matthew. Love it. Thanks, Matthew. Let's get this thing going, yeah? And we have another 4 boxes, last 4 from the case, up on the site. There are 21 teams left, just an FYI. You can this. Actually, we're going to get rid of this because we're going to have filler in the way. Current break. Look at that. Teams are there. How you been, Drew? Things going okay? All right, crew, here we go. We've got 4 boxes of 2025 Tier 1 baseball in the house. Looking for those crazy bat nubs, especially that Charizard. It's got a huge bounty on it. We've got a serial number card number filler for 10 teams. We've got Guardians, Rockies, Angels, Marlins, Brew Crew, Mets, Pods, Mariners, Rangers, and Blue Jays. Here's the dice down the tower for the serial number card number filler. We're going 2 and a 3, 5 times. 5 times. Let's see that random up there. There it is. 1, 3, 4, and 5. We're going the 5 to the 6. And here we go. We've got Greg, Cab King, Courtney, Greg, Cab King, 2 more, John Michael, a couple, Stephanie, and Matthew closing it out. 5 times. Can't complain. Same. I mean, I'm back to work, so, I mean, summer's more fun when I don't have to work, but I like my job, so still good. Stephanie down to John Michael. Stephanie going to float with the 5, John Michael with the 6. Everybody in between. Cab King with that 1. All right. Let me not cut off your last names there. There we go. And boom, off to the side. All cards we hit for those teams will go to whoever has the appropriate number next to their name. For all serial numbered cards, it goes to whoever has the last digit left side of serial number cards. So 17 of 99, for example, would go to the 7th spot. And anything that's not serial numbered goes to the last digit of the checklist number. So I think I have the checklist up over here. I do. So we'll check that out as needed. A Guka touchdown. Alright, here we go. We're starting with Bobby Witt, 60 of 75 for the Royals, Kansas City. That's Jamie Wilson. Tier 1 Relics. It's 19 of 199, Gary Sheffield. Dodgers edition. That's Stephanie Keenan, Mrs. McLovin. Cavadas, Rookie Inc. Bond, 007 out of 299. Angels. That is the 7th spot in the filler. Closer love for Matthew Pita. There you go, Matthew. Narvaez. This is Yankees. Should say it on the back, even though he was traded to the Red Sox. 236 or the 249. He traded or released and then signed? I think he was traded. 236 out of 249. Yankees. I'll confirm that on the back. Don't want to get fooled by the uni. And then we've got a backwards hit here. It is nice. Pete Alonso. 75 of 75. Polar Bear. Pete. Mets are in the filler. 5 spot. Stephanie. There you go, Stephanie. Very nice on the Alonso. And it is Narvaez. Breakout autographs confirmed. Yanks. So it's supposed to be 2 autographs, a relic, and a base. We got 2 autographs, a relic, and a relic auto, and a parallel. So that's a pretty stellar box to get us started here. I'll top load everything. They're all different sizes and this stuff. Yeah, bonus auto. Yep. light pack. Feel like there's nothing in here. Oh, there it is, our 4 cards. Alright. Sagasi. On the base rookie, St. Louis is Rhody. Ketel Marte. 92 of 99. Arizona. That's Camden. Yeah, the Alonso's beautiful. Little nice Dominguez. 78 of 99. Yankees. To a nice little start. Camacho. And Sagasi again. This time it's ink. 146 out of 199. Rhony. My crew's the Rhody crew. Camden. What's up, buddy? Good to see Camden, Reggie, Jake, Ant-Man on Zoom yesterday morning. We all hung out for a bit. Up, not you. All right, box 3 here. Trout, 92 out of 99 in the Angels spot. 2 spot, Greg. Jordan Walker, 140 out of 199. Lots of Cardinals and Yankees thus far. This is Roni's. Jimenez, blue, 13 of 99 for the first place. AL leading Blue Jays, actually. Toronto, 13 of 99, 3 spot. Cab King. Fitzgerald's 5 out of 299 for the Giants. Liz. What's up, Liz? And bonus again, it looks like. Sure is. Nolan Shanuel. You two needs an edit button for my fat fingers. Same. 130 out of 199. Shanuel. Angels. In the filler. 0 spot. John Michael, baby. Okay. There it is. Box 4 of 4. We do have 4 more on the site. So the last 4 of the case. Lots of bonus autos in this 4 set here. A bonus card. I feel like it's a bonus mem though. Let's see. That's an auto at the back there, so who knows. Sagesi again, base. Okay. Lots of him thus far. Tijuana Relics. It is an extra mem card. Luzardo, 86 out of 149. Miami in the filler. That is the 6th spot. John Michael. Is Jordan Beck. 55 out of 149. Purple on purple there. Little game used mem for Colorado. In the filler, 55, Stephanie. And autos. Got, is that Drew Thorpe? 61 of 99, White Sox. Sean Bushnell. There you go, Sean. And last one, I am seeing what looks like a Marlins cap there in the filler. It is Yuri Perez. 71 of 99, filler spot, Cab King. There you have it, crew. That is 4 boxes. We have 4 more on the site. Check them out. I'll get your recap in a second. Just going to have to bear with me. Solo tonight, so let me sleeve and top load this whole break up. Let me throw autofocus on for a sec. Lots of filler love in those across those 10 teams. Lots of filler cards. Little Dominguez auto. Narvaez had a good year for the Sox, even though it's a Yankees card. Shenuel's a decent little player. Obviously, a really nice Pete Alonso. Big walk-off over the weekend. Keep them in the thick of things here. Hanging on to their last spot, barely. We had trade night Saturday. Saw a bunch of folks here. Saw David. Haven't seen David in chat tonight, but saw David there. Camacho, Medeiros. Bunch of kids were here. Messing around with some Pokemon. And sports. Last I saw, there were 7 left in the Donruss Optic. That's a filler for 1 million teams. Majority of the teams in that filler. Dun. Perfect. Let's go check. No slip. And 20 some maybe. Perfect. Alrighty. Tyler, you got me 12:30? You got that, Tyler? I'll probably remember anyways, but if you don't mind, just in case. All right, crew, here it is. Recap of 2025 Topps Tier 1 Baseball. This is 4-box PYT number 2. Much love on the fill. We got Sagesi, these base. Trout out of 99. Sagesi base again. Witt out of 75. Mem cards. Luzardo 149. Jordan Walker out of 199. Kettle Marte out of 99. Jordan Beck out of 149. Little color match. Sheffield Dodgers out of 199. Bunch of autos here, some bonus autos across a couple of these boxes here. Cavadas out of 299. Fitzgerald as well. Narvaez Yankee style out of 249. Sagesi auto out of 199. Jimenez out of 99. Thorpe out of 99. Nice Dominguez out of 99. Love it. We've got Sean Yuel out of 199. Yuri Perez, mem auto as well. This one out of 99. And beautiful. Pete Alonso, little jersey, game used, 75 of 75 in the filler. Stephanie, very nice filler hit there for you. Much love on the fill. PYT number 2 of Tier 1 Baseball is officially in the books. Boom. $140. $140. Boom. Did I just hear him call Kyle Trask the #1 overall pick? Buck slipping or what? 101's going to 140. 140 after no bounty hit on that one. Boom. Okay. Get that filler off that website. Upload this little tier 1 real quick. Boom. Thanks, Tyler, for bookmarking that for me. Alrighty, that's uploading. Wipe that off. Let the hands breathe a little. Mikey Mike, what's up, man? Just did tier 1 PYT2. Just did that one. Let's see, it's not much has happened since getting that filler filled, so it's gonna see if we can do anything crazy here with one football, big team or two somehow coming off the board. Optic filler has 7 left. That's the Donruss Optic NBA Blaster case. What are we thinking, Mike, about the Bears? Obviously, they had a tough one this week. How you feeling? Give me the update. Johnson's out for probably the year, right? Jalen Johnson. I saw that. Nothing of note, Mike. Who'd you even have? Cubbies. No Cubbies cards. You did hit Yankees. You hit a Dominguez auto, actually, out of 70. No, out of 99. And you hit a Narvaez mem auto out of 249. So I take back my original. You hit nothing. I don't think there was a single Cubs card, but there were those 2 Yankees autos. For sure. So Dominguez out of 299. I'll show you right now, Mike. think those are the two cards coming your way between those two teams. This Narvaez out of 249. Obviously, been with the Sox, but his cards are still Yankees because they had him up until he went to the Sox. And Dominguez out of 99. So those two coming out of the Yankees spot. I feel like I'm glad Georgia Tech and Texas A&M are playing well. That's where your other kid is, right? Texas A&M. They just beat. Was it Notre Dame? They just beat. Yeah, I'll take Dominguez still any day of the week. See if we make something wild happen. Otherwise, might be a one and done night. Been a little slow lately, but that's all right. We're still grinding. Check if any PSA stuff popped. I forgot. Yeah, I talked to you. I bet Clemson on that one, so I knew that one. And I was pretty positive it was Notre Dame. I remember watching a little bit of that game. What was I going to check? PSA. I got distracted by an email. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, offers expiring soon. Just send me the cards. I'm not selling anything to you. Is the grades ready on TCG bulk? Assembly for 2 orders. And then we're in grading. Assembly for a couple more single card orders. Research and ID, order prep. And something that's in the mail on the way to them. Can't talk about that. There's no idea how they could be that bad with all the upgrades. Yeah, I don't know. How you feeling about Caleb right now? It's only 2 weeks in, so it's like it's a lot to go. But give me a Caleb grade, like a letter grade so far through 2, from your perspective, who's watching stuff super closely. Tier 1 down to 19 on PYT number 3. Thank you very much. Let's go see who helped out there. That was Mike. Thanks, Mike. Got the Yankees and the Nationals. Nice. I know you said can't even talk about it, so I guess if you don't want to, feel free to ignore my question. And I get to watch, and I didn't watch any of their game this week. I watched their game last week. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Let's see. 4, 5, bum. Need a couple more days to heal before I can prep for this week against the Cowboys. Another team I can't stand beating us if it happens. And yeah, our secondary is in trouble with Johnson out for the year. Yeah. I'll hang out here maybe till, I don't know, halftime, couple minutes. It's be 5-10 minutes probably before it actually hits the half. See what's going on. But it's looking tough for Phil right now. Fortunately, I'm trying, but you might see some sort of deal or discount or something with one football. There's a lot of money left and only 7 teams. We definitely want to be ripping that at some point soon. So we will, try and figure that out. See if there's anything we can do there. We do have new soccer for Wednesday. We still have new basketball, Obsidian, which we haven't put up yet. We're trying to at least get that optic blaster case off the board because we have 2 basketballs up there, and basketball is not our most popular on the channel right now, so we don't want to clutter it too much. And then we have new soccer Wednesday, and then there's also Donruss football on Wednesday. So, yeah, I was just looking, Camden. Nothing's going right now. There's some stuff in assembly, some stuff in grading, and still a couple things in research and ID. So kind of all over the place right now. There's a TCG coming back soon, any day. I hope so. I hope so, man. And we got another order that's going out, or went out Saturday, so it's in the mail right now on its way there. So that'll hit their system soon. We'll send emails to everybody when that actually gets there. You have a couple cards. You have like an Ant-Man and something else, right? Or at least an Ant-Man. It's like a zebra or something? I don't remember. We got to move that jumbo break of soccer too. We'll put the new one up for sure because I know people will be excited about that. But we got to figure out a way to get that UCC jumbo going as well. I don't know how much is left in it, but too much right this sec. It's really just the 2, Man City and Man U, and then Bayern, Tottenham, and AC a little behind them, and then a bunch of cheapies. Oh, Liverpool's in there as well. Cam, how do your bets go this weekend? How do you do all those like parlay boosts and stuff? I mean, I can only bet on the Rhode Island Sportsbook when I'm in the States, so like I don't think they have much of that stuff. Maybe I do. I don't know. You're always showing me like parlay pictures of parlays with boosts. I have to get some stuff cleared off this site sooner rather than later, huh? Hope we hit a huge like color blast or something in that one once we finally rip it, like for one of the big boy rookies. Got a few classes tomorrow. Should be a good time. Gonna lose one fantasy matchup, win the other. That's kind of what we're looking at, it looks like. Stroud's been off to a tough start this year. He had a big touchdown right away, and then nothing since. And last week he was trash. Their line is allegedly like one of the worst, which I didn't realize going into the season. All right, crew. Unfortunately, I think that's going to do it. I'm going to go back to the drawing board, get home, check out some stuff, talk to the boss, see what we can do about that one, go work on some pricing for Wednesday drops, which is going to be Donruss, most likely Donruss football, as well as the new soccer. I don't think we'll be dropping one-on-one basketball. It's probably going to be very, very pricey if I had to guess. Have Obsidian as well. I'll work on some pricing there for when we're ready. I would like to get this Optic Blaster case off the board. There's only 7 left in the filler. The filler's got like 2/3 plus of the teams in there. So for $45, you get a shot at majority of the cards in that break. Numbered cards, autos, etc. So we will mess around with that. Enjoy. You got a doubleheader. You got, I guess, 1.5 header left. Halftime in the first game. We got a nice AFC West matchup in the second game. I think it's in Vegas, right? Yeah, Vegas and the Chargers. You got 14-10 here. Halfway through, Bucks, Texans. We'll be back at it Wednesday, myself and Soren. I'm presuming we'll fill that paper soccer pretty easily. Haven't had a new soccer in a while. So should have a case of that to go. Hopefully we can mess around with the one, get that Optic Blaster case. Hopefully we can go nuts on Wednesday because couple days in a row of no breaks and one break. So let's try and see what we can do here. See if we can have a big Wednesday, maybe a nice Friday to boot. And I'll try and put together a mixer for baseball on Wednesday for drop on the site heading into Friday probably. And we'll go from there. So much love, crew. As always, 101 bounty is going to be 140 heading into Wednesday's stream. So check that out. We will be back at it on Wednesday. Soren and I are in the house. And then after that, Louth should be in the house. Moving forward for a while, so he's just on vacation with his aunt right now. So we will have the standard duos here for the foreseeable future, I believe. Hit me up if you need anything from us, have any questions, and also always looking for NFL or even college football betting advice. And go Mets for Courtney, go Sox, heck with the Yankees. Yeah. We'll see you on Wednesday, and we got a Yankees fan in the house. Soren will be here, so he'll have opposite stance of myself. All right, crew. Have a great night. Much love.